Welcome to the free audio rendering of Not Without Scars 2. Such an insightful and impactful work must be accessible to the countless number of people living similar life experiences. Becoming a best-selling author pales in comparison to creating a tool capable of instilling hope in the multitude of people trapped in the valley of decision. My greatest profit comes in helping others emerge victorious over their life struggles. My goal is to encourage individuals to follow their dream. My message: you must never quit on your faith, pursuing your aspiration or vision. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take a moment, invite your family, friends and acquaintances, and enemies to listen to this work chapter by chapter. It is free to listen as well as free to subscribe. Peace, love, and phenomenal blessing.
How do I write my life story? I know hurt and pain. I don't like either one, whether physical or emotional. Herein contains my story, Not Without Scars, Part 2. Optimism, perseverance, persistence, resilience. 2 decades of personal struggle. Optimism. I faced the new millennium with hopefulness. Perseverance. My ego, my humble beginnings, my desire to achieve never allow me to turn away from a difficult task. Persistence. Opposition should be anticipated as an effective strategy to victory surfaces. Resilience. Difficulties do not automatically spell termination. Scars reveal my imperfection as reminders of past episodes of pain, sorrow, or triumph. Scars can tell beautiful story endings or relay misery that wishes to remain anonymous. This work is meant to help others who have experienced decades of struggle. When struggles appear to never end, you must get through the night and face the challenge of a new dawn with fresh hope.
Not Without Scars 2, Chapter 28, Seeking New Transition. Introduction. In an effort to stay relevant in a rapidly changing world landscape, I had to seek out new transitions that would allow me to retain market appeal. My skill set would have to adapt to technological advancements. I had to start looking to moving my ideas from paperback to ebooks and eventually to apps. Once again, I was developing ideas, but I had to learn to craft ideas in a manner that would fit into the market strategy of today's consumers. It was not that my ideas were archaic, it was more a marketing strategy liability. I had to catch up with the manner in which the consumers were intaking information. My packaging of the data had to be brought into the structure most common to the appetite of the people. The transition was not of my character, but the methodology by which I conveyed my products. I had to learn how to transition my moving products to marketplace. Advertising and marketing had gone through multiple phases of transition. I had to upgrade my skill set in order to engage potential consumers. My principles did not require an overhaul. I had to become educated on how the people receive and process information. Being a quick learner was not enough. I had to grasp the concepts before I could learn to apply the approach to reach the people with my message. My presentation skill had to also undergo a transition. The deliverance of a timely message had to match the visual acceptance model. This meant that I had to rethink how to convey a convincing theoretical message in a visual context that retained the meaning of the original contextual implication. As a lifelong learner, I had no other option other than to submerge myself into another educational process. Moving from website, teleconferences, video conferencing, and merging all of these functions onto an interfacing platform kept my mind on the verge of exploding. There was always an app to move all these concepts to another level of proficiency. It was amazing. It was an amazing feat to observe all the people walking around with a television station in their palm that could easily be switched to a personal network streaming their message all over the world. I had and still have so much to learn. Not only from an operational perspective, I had to find a way to comprehend the energy behind the movement of data to people in the language they adhere to. Funding may have appeared as the premier deficit. However, I had to study the delivery mechanism with a more cognizant mind. Historical. Challenges make you discover things about yourself that you never really knew. Cicely Tyson. There must be a better way. Challenges forge opportunity to test the validity of the truth we hold or dispute the facts we embrace. Challenges may also invite us to do something that has been previously thought of as difficult or impossible. Life has constantly placed numerous trials on my path, or I have often taken paths that have led me to a point where I had to face great ordeals. No matter how I have arrived at the crossroads of adversities, I have learned more about myself coming out of the hardships than before entering the complications. Complexities can run the gamut of difficulties. My ability to confront problems and seek out the intricacies have led me to solve many issues. I have gained courage from my experiences to move forward with an expectation of overcoming any hurdles or obstacles that may appear on some future horizon. Whenever I face what could be termed a convoluted situation, I am not dismayed. I rely on my faith and instincts that already exist for a better way. The better way may require the involvement of time and the investment of resources, but the outcome will yield the preferred results. Inventions have been birthed because a better way was essential in order for progress to be made. Shifting through the catalog of my life, the library in my mind has produced clear pages where I had to veer from the known illustration to what I had previously contemplated. Fear has been eliminated from my life as a paralyzing foe. In order for me to transition to a new phase of life, I had to overcome a decade plus of invention for which I had no functional knowledge. I could not afford to be frozen in time due to my non-presence as life continuously evolved. The rotation of my orbit required that I break free of any limitation in order to make the apropos transition in my life. My choice options were clear. Get the message of the vision to as broad an audience as conceivable by employing the mechanism that was already accessible to the multitude of the population. Social Black experience. You never know how or when you have an impact or how important your example can be to someone else. Denzel Washington. Pursue, pursue, pursue. Preparation for me was an essential task. I did not hold a chalkboard that would point to each instance that my life or action would impact another on their journey. Therefore, I had to hold fast to my core values. In the instance that my example would be required to put on a display, a positive impact would emerge as the representation of a valued character. I shall not fail to pull out all the potential stops to go after my divine destiny. I shall pursue with all my might, as well as resist all opposition that may come against me. I will continually give my utmost to uplift the Black community with every fiber of my being. My past has passed and has left me with the energy to go forth in order to ascertain my target. With all my heart and soul, I shall run after the prize. To chase a dream is one thing, but to pursue a vision is my life-inspired mission. What echoes in my heart? The unchangeable fact a divine destiny awaits fulfillment. My life has a significance that far exceeds anything that mere agents of humanity could ever derail. What happened over my past can never force me to forfeit what lies ahead on my sojourn. My sole mission rests with my sole purpose to follow after what has been set before me to execute by the Creator. I have no options or alternative preferences but to keep on the path to achieving the success of a mission to uplift the quality of life of a people. Such a task is too much for me to accomplish without the power of the Almighty. I accept persecution as part of the redemptive process. However, it is not acceptable that I pursue or follow after a low level of achievement for myself or others. My pursuit will always be for a higher standard of living for Black people, which shall come with respect and dignity. Prayerfully, faithfully, and boldly, I shall continue or proceed along a route to bring excellence to the Black community. The inferiority image must be replaced with achievements of worth resulting from positive accomplishments. Superiority is not the goal, but the recognition of brilliance will be a reward of merit. Pursue with all that is within me shall serve as my impetus in spite of whatever odds are stacked against me. I shall pursue with all my being to make new transitions. Theological. And I will restore or replace for you the years that the locust has eaten, and the hopping locust, the stripping locust, and the crawling locust, my great army which I have sent among you. And you shall eat in plenty and be satisfied and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be put to shame. Joel 2:25-26, Amplified Bible Classic Edition. Do not ever contemplate giving up. My confidence and faith level has never been lowered in spite of what has happened in my personal life. I believe that what has been considered a loss will be restored and replaced. All the years lost to incarceration will be extended to me in freedom, happiness, and joy. As I continue my march toward my divine destiny, I shall be met with the fullness of satisfaction. The result of my seeking a fresh transition will generate a wonderful outcome. Because of my commitment to my people, vision, and mission, my people shall not be put to shame. Therefore, I shall never think of giving up. I may be a flawed visionary, but I know the vision does not carry my imperfection. The vision carries the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Wherefore, I have the assurance that the vision and its multiple tenets will indeed manifest to bring a great benefit to the Black community. All oppressed people will be able to see the model enacted by Black and embrace the strategy to bring about change wherever injustice is moved to oppress any people.